The next thing that we have to do is create our about page. And to do that, it's pretty easy. But first, let's go and check out the completed page. So this is what your about page is going to look like when it's completed. So we're going to have this big picture up here and this about our team with the transparent box behind it. So it's very modern, a very cool look. And then we're going to have these all of our employees or whatever that work at the company. Maybe this will just be you, I don't know, with a bunch of white space so it looks very open and free. Then we're going to have a little quote here, and this could be maybe you talking about your employees or whatever, someone talking about how good you are. And we're going to make that background a little different so it separates it. And then we're going to have this cool call to action to see our services. All right, so if you're ready, then I'm ready, and let's begin. So right now we're on our home page, and we need to go to the About page. So just click on About. Pretty simple. And then we need to make this full width, so we click on Edit Page. Excuse me. And then under template, we make it full width page and we press update. Once we do that, we can go back to our page and view it, and we see that it is full width, but this title is still here, but we know how to fix that. Just click on Page Builder. Done data, it disappears automatically. All right, so now we need to get that lady in there. Let's see, we need to get her in here. It needs to be full width, so it goes all the way across. So how do we do that? You know how to do it. We drag in one column, and we click on the wrench. And we make this full width, and we make the content width full width. That means that the text will go all the way to the edge too. So right now, if it's like this, then the image just goes all the way across. But if it is full width for the content, then the text will go all the way, there won't be any padding right here. And we need that because we're going to put this box inside of this overall box. And if we didn't make our content full width, then this would have a little line here, and everyone would call us amateurs, and we would cry. No, not really. Okay, so, but we need to make it full width. So once we do that, we can also go to advanced here and make it have 0 padding, because again, if we don't do that, then the box is going to be, there's going to be edges on the box. So we need to make this 0, 0, 0, 0, and I'm going to the next field just by pressing tab. All right, then we're done with that, and now we can put in our image. So let's find our image under background, photo, and we'll select the photo. Upload files, select files, and then we find a photo called Google About and press open. And then it uploads and it does all its fancy stuff, and we press select photo. All right, now we have selected the photo, and we press save because we're done with that. But you're saying, Tyler, we can only see her smile. We're gonna fix that. Don't worry about that. All right, so the next thing that we have to do is put in a headline, and I know that seems a little weird, but this is a headline right here, and this is just the subheadline. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're going to add content and put in heading, headline, same thing, right? And drag it inside here, right there. All right, and now it's asking for our text, and since we're lazy, we are going to just copy and paste it. That's not lazy, that's being efficient. All right, and then we're gonna make it 40, so we're gonna make it bigger, and you can always move around this box so you can see what the heck we're doing here. And we're going to make it 3333, which it already is, and we're going to center it. And then we're gonna add a subheadline because we want text under it, like this, and I'm gonna copy it again. And then we are going to add in subheadline. All right, And we are going to make this maybe 16. 16, sure, 16. And we'll keep it 3333333. But you're saying, but Tyler, that does not look anything like that. And you're right, it doesn't. You see how this all has space right here? Space, lots of space, and space up here. How do we do that? You know how to do this. You go to advanced. So once we go to advanced, then we can just say 300, 300. That gives on the left 300 pixels of space, and on the right 300 pixels of space. Looking pretty good. Okay, we'll save that. Now we need to do something that's like a little trick. There's also a column settings here. So if we click edit column and go to column settings, then we could do some pretty cool stuff here. We're gonna keep the text the same, and for the background color, we're gonna make it white. White. And now we can't see anything. But we're gonna make the opacity. The opacity is how clear it is. So 100%, it's not clear at all. As it's 100% there, and 70, it is, you know, only 70% there. So that's pretty cool. And once we do that, we can go to advanced and add in our space. All right, so for margin, we're gonna say 300 at the top. And remember, margin says, get away from me, get away from me. And padding is like, you know, your muscles, or if you don't exercise, you're fat. So padding, we're going to add 50 on top, 50 on top, and 50 on bottom. And look at the bottom right here and watch it. See? So that's padding. Padding's inside, margin's outside. All right, so once we do that, I think we are done with that. Look at that. That was awesome. And does it look exactly like this? Of course it does. Good job. All right. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add in these fools. I don't think they're fools, they're probably geniuses. So let's go ahead and do that. How do we do that? How many rows and columns is all of this stuff? So this is actually 4. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. But the spacing is, you see how like open it is? So much spacing, it gives it a really open feel. I really like that look. So we're gonna figure out how to do that. All right, so we need to add content, and we need to go to row layouts and go 2 columns and just jiggle it a little bit. And there we have it. 2 columns, what am I saying? 4 columns, I'm sorry. I'm getting too excited about this stuff. So 4 columns, jiggle it a little bit. All right, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, like we're supposed to. All right, and once we do that, we are going to add in a photo right here. So let's just add in a photo to the first column. All right, and once we do that, we can select our photo, and we are going to select Eric from Google. Where are you, Eric? There you are. All right, and once we select Eric, we're gonna select him. And we're gonna crop it a certain way because we don't want a square. It looks so much cooler if it was a circle. All right, so let's make it a circle. And we'll align him center, and all that is good. Okay, so that's Eric. There we go. Let's save that. And the next thing that we're gonna do is add content, and we are going to add in a text editor because we need Eric's name here. But I'm gonna add in 1 space, or just press enter. And let's copy his name because we can. And we will paste it, but paste it as plain text. You don't want to paste any weird formatting. All right, so there he is, Eric. And we will make this an H3. Oh, it made both of them H3 though. Okay, so we'll press enter here. We'll make this an H3. Oh my God. Okay. This this is not working. Okay, so let's just do it one at a time like they want us to. All right, so we'll just copy his name. Sometimes computers, man, they can be frustrating. And paste it as plain text. Okay, and then we will press enter and we will copy his title. I could probably type this stuff in. I'm just being stubborn. And paste it as plain text. And then we will make this into an H3. Okay, so heading 3. All right, so there we go with that. That looks cool. Not really. That looks pretty bad. But we are going to make it really good. So we're going to save that. And then we need to give padding to all of this. You see how there's a bunch of space up here? We need to add space here and add space there. So how do we do that? We go to the row settings, the main row settings, not these row settings or photo settings, the main row settings. And let's add 100 to the top margin. 100. See, it gives space. And then what about on the left or right side? So we can also add 150 to the left side and 150 to the right side. And now it's looking a lot closer than it was. Okay, and then we can make this a little bigger like that. And we can size this guy down to maybe 18. And that looks pretty good. And we can make this one 18 also. There we are. All right, and now it's just time to duplicate things. So just duplicate it. And let me show you that again because I did that really fast. It's not considerate. All right, you go over here, you hover over it, and you press duplicate. Duplicate. Duplicate? That's a weird word. All right, and now we have done that. So we can, again, if there's not enough space, we can go like this, make it bigger, smaller, whatever we want, but just know that these pictures have to be 18 about. All right, so that's done. Now let's duplicate. It sounds so weird. Let's copy the whole thing. Okay, so now that we copied it, we don't need all this space up here. So let's go ahead and edit the row settings. And let's remove that space from the top. So let's just go 0, but let's add the space to the bottom. 100, there we go. And now we are seeing that we just need to change this guy's name and we'll be all done. It will look like this, pretty much. All right, so let's just copy Larry Page. That's a weird name. Sergey Brin, I guess it's not that weird. So CEO. So we'll do CEO. Nope, we'll do Larry Page as the CEO. We'll save it. We'll do Ruth as CFO. Ruth, CFO. Is that 2 P's or 1? 1 P. Okay, and Sergey as president. So, CFO, Chief Financial Officer, and we'll do this guy as president. And I think I need to capitalize that. President. Okay, good. And now all we need to do is change the images. So we need to find Larry Page by editing the photo and editing it and uploading files, selecting files, and find the image called Larry and open it. Thank you, Larry, for letting me use your image. All right, and then we need to find Ruth. That should be pretty easy. We edit, we upload files, we select files when we find Ruth. Open it. And there's Ruth, and now there she is. And now we need to find Sergey. And select files S. Okay, so there we are. All of the Google people are on it. Now we are done with that. That's awesome. And now we need to make this little quote right here. So let me copy that. And this has a light gray background, so it kind of, it sections off things. This is one section. This is another section. This is another section, and this is another section. Colors help, the eyes focus on different, sections. Okay, so whoopsie daisy. So we can just add content, and we are going to add a row with one column, kind of jiggle it. And after we do that, we can go ahead and edit these row settings. And we are going to make the background full width, obviously. And the content is fine. And we're going to make the color a different color. So the background is going to be a different color. And it's going to be F9, F9, F9. And we're going to save that. Right now, I don't know why, but the background is not showing up as white. I'm going to press done real quick and publish, and I'm going to see, okay, it is showing white when we publish it. Sometimes it gets a little wonky. Okay, so now it's looking good. All right, now we can go ahead and put in our text editor. So let's go ahead and put in under basic modules our text editor, and we're going to paste all of that stuff. Make sure you paste it as plain text and paste it. All right, and then we're going to highlight it all, and we are going to make it bigger, font size 22. We're going to center it, and we are going to advanced, and we're going to add left and right 190 and 190, 190, 190. All right, so that's pretty cool. And I think we can just save that. Boom. Next, what we want to do is we want to add in this picture, but it's kind of tricky actually, because if you add in just one column like you would think you would need to, then the picture is going to be really big. So how do you make it like really small? I guess we could like put in a smaller image. That's one option. Another option is to do 3 different rows and kind of sandwich them in between. I mean, 3 different columns and kind of sandwich it in between. So that's what we're going to do. 3 different columns. And we want to do that also because on mobile, when you resize this to really small, we want his picture to be bigger and not like tiny because it'll be hard to see on mobile. All right, so let's add content, and we're going to add rows, and we're going to add 3 columns, and we're just going to put it right under here. So within this box, but right under there. And then we're going to add a photo. We're just going to drag it to the middle one. And then we're going to select a photo and get select files and get an image of Sundar. Open that up. Select photo, and we're going to crop it circle. You could crop it different ways too. It could be fun. Then we're going to save that, and we're going to squish him. We're going to go, what? But we can also type in here. Or at least I thought you could. Oh yeah, there we go. We can type in here, 45. And we can type here, if we click on it, or we can just drag it to 45. 45. All right, so he's 10 right there. He's not 10, but he's the column is 10% wide. He's not 10. He's older than that. And after we do that, we can go to the photo settings, and we can go to advanced, and we can say, okay, we want 10 margin up top and 10 on bottom, just so it brings it a little bit closer here. All right, and once we do that, we can, for the column settings, we can make this 0000, which it is already. So that's fine. And what else do we need to do? Now we need to just drag in another column right under this, because his text is going to be right under that. So let's drag in a text editor, and let's just copy his name. Let's get this, copy it, Control or Command C if you're on a PC or a Mac, and then paste it. And we're going to paste it as plain text, Control or Command V. All right, but let's remember what happened last time we tried to do this. So I'm just going to cut it by pressing Control or Command X if you're on a PC or Mac. And we are going to make this H3. And we are going to center it, and we are going to change the font size to 14. Then we're going to press Enter, and we are going to paste that, and we're going to center it, and we're also going to make this 14. So there is that. That was looking pretty good, and we are going to press Save. All right, and now we can see that maybe we need to mess with the how much there is padding up here. So we can edit this right here by going to Text Editor Settings and going to Advanced, and changing this top and to 0 and pressing Save. All right, and now we can press Done, and we can see that it will look pretty darn good. There we have it. So that is looking awesome. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to go to Page Builder again, because we're not done yet. We need to have that call to action at the bottom right here, just like this. So that's pretty easy. Let's get to it. So we want to drag in one column. And what we're going to do here is we are going to change the color. So just click on that wrench, make it full width, and make the color the same color that we use throughout the website. And that's FF6E40, I believe. Yes. All right. And once we do that, we want our text color, so anything within this box, to be white, and our link color also to be white. All right, and we want to save it. Now we can just add content, and we are adding the text editor. Oh, actually, before we do that, I think we have to add some spacing up here and down here. So let's go ahead and go to row settings again and go to advanced, and for the top padding, we want to, top margin, we can go 60 and 60. So 60 top, 60 bottom. Oh, sorry, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do reverse. I wanted to do that on the text editor. So I was right to begin with. So we add content, and we go to text editor, and we drag that in here. And then we go to advanced, and we say 60 top, 60 bottom to give the text editor more space. All right, and then we go to general, and we will copy and paste that text again. And paste it as plain text, obviously. And once we do that, we can center the text. We can also make the text bigger, so let's make it 28 pixels. And I think that is about it. So once we're done with that, we can now go to a new line or two, and let's type in see all our services, and then we'll add in that special character to the right, and we'll link this to our services page. Add link, save, and look at that. It is looking gorgeous. All right, so this is about our team page, or your about page, and it's looking really good. So we can mark this off. Whoa. And we can go to our website and we can press complete the about page, and we are 74% done, so we're almost there. Keep on going.